This video is dedicated for you to revise your knowledge about an eSIM. Many will tell you that an eSIM is an electronic SIM. It's a lie. I will tell you today that an eSIM is not an electronic SIM. Or an eSIM is a short word for Embedded Structured Identity Module. I say what? Embedded Structured Identity Module. Let's take a look at that. Embedded. What is embedded? Take a look at your SIM slot or your SIM card. You place your SIM card on your SIM slot before you can use your SIM card on any phones. That means both your SIM card and your SIM slot or your SIM card is embedded inside your phone. Your eSIM are microchips that are embedded on your phone board. You can't see it unless you ask out your hardware engineers. That's one. Structured. iPhones are made up of microchips. They are made up of microchips that follows specific arrangements or that follows specific patterns. As you see your phones like this, there are boards on your phones. The board on your phones are made up of microchips, so it follows a definite pattern. Yeah. You want identity. The I in eSIM stands for identity. What identity? As in Nigeria, you have your own personal identity. Every citizen has their own identity. Your identity as in Nigeria must be your national ID, your passport, or your driver license. Let's take a look at your national ID. Every national identity card has a distinct identity number that differentiates it from others. You might be twins. Paul, the national identity number of Paul is different from the national identity or the identity number of Peter, so as it is for your eSIM. Every eSIM have their own identity that makes them different from other eSIM. Two eSIM doesn't have the same identity. They have different identity. So that's when you see, when you want to activate your eSIM, you might be given a barcode that you can use to activate that your eSIM. That barcode that you were given is an identity and is never the same as another person's barcode. What is it? A module can be referred to as a software or a program designed to perform a specific function and working with other related parts. Your eSIM is designed or is made to perform mobile data plans, like what you call you surf the net, or they are designed to flexible perform functions that your physical SIM card will do for you. Now you can see that you can't call an eSIM as an electronic SIM. You can only refer to them as embedded structured identity module. Henceforth, don't call an eSIM electronic SIM again. No. Call it what? Embedded structured identity module. What are the variants of an eSIM that you can have on phones? There are three variants of an eSIM that you can have on your iPhones. I'm using iPhones as a case study. Other phones like your Samsung, your Redmi, your Oppo might use an eSIM. I'm not concerned with that. I'm concerned with iPhone only. What are the variants of an eSIM that you can have on your various iPhones or on your various devices? You can have a physical plus eSIM. You can have an eSIM, a physical plus eSIM on locked phones, unlocked iPhones, eSIM locked iPhones, and eSIM or unlocked iPhones. What are physical plus eSIM unlocked iPhones? The physical plus eSIM unlocked iPhones, as you know, most iPhones are designed to support a single physical SIM slot. But when you are using a physical plus eSIM iPhones, you can use a physical SIM slot, and additionally you can activate another eSIM. That means you have two or more two SIMs working simultaneously on your phone. A physical SIM slot, your MTN or your Glo or any network carrier, and any other eSIM, either international or local network carriers. That's for a physical plus eSIM unlocked phones. eSIM locked phones. What are eSIM locked phones? Are phones that they are locked to a particular network carrier in a particular region. They are locked to a particular network carrier. They can only work in that particular country as an unlock. Once you change their region to another place, they will not work with any other SIM unless to that particular network that they have been locked to. That's when you see, when you get a locked phone, you cannot use a SIM on an eSIM locked phone. You cannot use a SIM they are locked to a particular network carrier. Maybe they are locked to AT&T, locked to Verizon, or locked to T-Mobile. And T-Mobile, the network carrier they are locked to, cannot work in your own country. You are in Nigeria, so that's when you buy a locked phone. You can't use MTN on them, you can't use Glo on them. They can't work with any SIM. You can only connect to the internet with the help of an external network provider. Maybe you connect to your Wi-Fi, or you connect to another phone that has physical SIM slot or that has an internet. You can use them. An eSIM unlocked phone. An eSIM unlocked phones are phones that can support. You can activate more than one or more than two eSIMs on them. You can activate one or more than two eSIMs on them, and they are not locked to any network carrier. You can use any network on them. You can use Glo, you can use MTN, irrespective of the kind of location you have. They are eSIM unlocked phones. I think you get that. Yeah. Many will tell you that lock phone, I don't like using lock phone. No, I'll not be able to call. I'll not be able to do anything on it. No. Let me tell you today that one of the best Apple device, one of the best iPhone that you can use, or you can get, or that you can get the value you paid for, is when you are using an eSIM locked phone or an eSIM unlocked phone. I tell you today, one of the best devices that you can use, that you can enjoy using, is an eSIM locked phone or an eSIM unlocked phone. Why? You all know that China is one of the biggest manufacturing country in the world. China can remodify eSIM phones, but they can't. China can remodify eSIM iPhones, but they can't replicate them. You don't understand. You understand later. So when you are getting a phone, when you buy an eSIM locked phone or an eSIM unlocked phone, you will enjoy the value you paid for. No issues of my battery health is drained, my battery health drops every 1 week. No, you receive from such issues. Another thing is, I think you get my points. So what are the importance of using an eSIM phones? When you are using an eSIM phones, there are many advantages that you derive from it. One, you will be free from SIM lost. You don't have a SIM lost when you are using an eSIM. They have been activated as a microchips on your phone, so you can't lose your SIM. Secondly is that they are global. You can activate when you see that the place or the environment you are doesn't suit, or does not support the SIM that you are using. You can easily switch from one network carrier or from one network provider to another network provider, and that is not applicable to a physical SIM. Another advantages that you can derive from using an eSIM, I can say, when you have a phone lost, it is very easy for the thief, or it is very easy to remove the physical SIM slot and throw your SIM away. But on an eSIM phones, your SIM cannot be removed. Your SIM will remain on that phone, so you can keep calling your phones severally, or you track your phone. If you are lucky, it might be very easy for you, so it might be very quick for you to see your phone. Another advantage of an eSIM is that an eSIM, you can use both international network and local network. That's when you see people saying eSIMs are for Yahoo boys. No, with your eSIM, you can use an international numbers like the AT&T, the Verizon, the T-Mobile. That's when you see they will tell you it's Yahoo boy that are using an eSIM. But I tell you today, I don't know about it. So there are many benefits that you can derive from using an eSIM iPhones that I might not be able to tell you now, because you might use it against me. Thank you for watching this video.